Hello BBN. As you know, Calzada is a new cat. Let's talk about that. But the football situation is absurd when we talk about Brock Vandagriff. How will this situation be now with the Wildcats? Let's talk about it. But first I want to see your application right now. But what about Brock Vandagriff and the Wildcats? Brock Vandagriff's situation at Kentucky Wildcats continues to be surrounded by uncertainty. And this uncertainty only reinforces the complexity of the moment for the program under Mark Stoops. The confirmation of Zach Calzada as the new quarterback is a move that seems to give more clarity to the immediate future of the position. But it also raises doubts about Vandagriff's permanence on the roster. With Cutter Boley and rookies Stone Saunders and Brennan Ward making up the quarterback group, logic suggests that Calzada's experience would be essential to guiding the team in a competitive SEC environment. However, Vandagriff's shadow looms large over this dynamic, especially given the complete silence coming from his side. Whether it's a rumored 2-year nil contract, a possible retirement, or simply a desire to continue competing, the fact remains that Vandagriff has yet to enter the transfer portal, something that would almost be expected in this context. The program's stance on actively pursuing alternatives in the portal is also telling. Players like Mullick Murphy were considered before Calzada was drafted, indicating that Kentucky wants a veteran leader to take over. This inevitably suggests that Vandagriff may be in an uncomfortable position, sensing that the program may have already chosen to move in another direction. The mystery is compounded by Vandagriff's only recent appearance, in an interview with CBN, where he spoke more about his faith journey than his football future. The fact that he is still at Kentucky's facility and wearing the team's colors leaves his status open, but the lack of clear statements about his future raises more questions than answers. However, for the Wildcats, the decision to bring in Calzada appears to be an attempt to stabilize a position that has been a question mark in recent years. With experience gained from previous stops at Texas A&M and Auburn, Calzada has the experience to compete immediately and perhaps secure the position. This, of course, puts even more pressure on Vandagriff, should he decide to stay and fight for the job. As intriguing as Vandagriff's silence is, it wouldn't be a surprise to see him in the transfer portal in the coming weeks. It's hard to imagine a player with his level of talent and potential choosing to stay in a situation where there is clearly intense competition and little room for error. But until he speaks out or something concrete happens, the enigma will remain. For Mark Stoops and Bush Hamdan, the priority appears to be moving forward with a plan that emphasizes experience at quarterback. It's a pragmatic move, especially in an SEC division that demands consistency and leadership at the helm of the offense. Whether or not Vandagriff is included in that plan remains to be seen, but for Kentucky, the message is clear. The competition will be intense, and the program's leadership is not going to wait indefinitely for answers. Let's move on. And speaking of Zach Calzada, Kentucky's decision to select Zach Calzada as its new starting quarterback reflects a pragmatic approach, prioritizing the balance between experience, adaptability, and cost within Bush Hamdan's offensive scheme. While Mullick Murphy brought with him a standout with promise and raw talent, the program opted for a more practical choice by trusting Calzada, a player with solid passing and numbers that speak for themselves. With more than 8,600 yards thrown and 73 touchdowns accumulated throughout his college career, Calzada offers a robust and proven background. What really stands out is his evolution in 2024 at Incarnate Word, UIW, where he had an impressive performance, completing 65.5% of his passes for 3,744 yards and 35 touchdowns. This progression shows a player who is still growing and adapting, essential characteristics to lead an offense that urgently needs consistency. Calzada's mobility is another advantage that makes him a good fit for Hamdan's system, which favors dual-threat quarterbacks. With 380 career rushing yards and 11 career rushing touchdowns, he has the ability to extend plays and create opportunities, a quality that was lacking for the Wildcats last season. He's a natural fit for a scheme that demands versatility and quick decision-making. On the other hand, Malik Murphy was attractive due to his potential, but his approach as a traditional pocket passer and the reported nil demands of $3 million created significant barriers. Despite his unquestionable abilities, including a strong arm and accurate deep passing, Murphy's conditions didn't align with what Kentucky needed right now. An experienced, accessible player who can make an immediate impact. The move also signals a clear path for Kentucky's near future. Calzada is a solid choice to rebuild the offense and provide stability at a position that has been unstable. His experience at Texas A&M and Auburn, as well as his recent revival at UIW, demonstrates that he has the tools to handle the challenges of the SEC. It's not just about finding a quarterback. It's about finding someone who fits the program's vision and is capable of executing Hamdan's plan. Still, there's room for skepticism. The move to Calzada comes with uncertainties, especially considering the level of competition in the SEC compared to the Southland Conference, where he shined at UIW. Can he maintain the same level of performance against faster, more intense defenses? That's the main question the Wildcats will have to answer in the first few games of 2024. Subscribe to the channel for more updates like this. So where does that leave Brock Vandagriff? The silence surrounding his situation is intriguing, and with Calzada at the helm, it's hard to imagine Vandagriff staying in Lexington without at least considering the transfer portal. That said, the possibility of him fighting for his place in the game can't be ruled out, especially considering he's a proven talent despite his ups and downs in his career. Kentucky isn't just looking toward 2024. The program is looking to create a sustainable and competitive path within an increasingly cutthroat SEC. Calzada's new hire is a step in that direction, but the work is far from over. Whether he can deliver and help turn around the offensive numbers of one of the worst units in the country will be the narrative to watch closely next year. Let me hear your thoughts now.